How you doing? I don't know how long this is going to be. I don't know how it's going to take. And to be honest with you, I'm struggling to find some enthusiasm to even do this. So all I'm going to say is cheers. Any of you's bothered to watch it, great. And I'm sorry if I can't bring you anything enthusiastic, but I think from the moment Aston Villa that match was played and you could see what was going down, it didn't look like it was going to stir. It didn't look like the season was going to be worth talking about, was it? Eh? I mean, can you find any positives? Benfica game was good. Uh, yes, Voltemada scored a couple of good goals. It was nice winning at Everton. And then they sort of just, you know, we could have beaten Arsenal away from home because they were really vulnerable. They were really starting to get their little jitters. And they were there for the taking, but we didn't take it. We could have beaten Liverpool this season because they've been at their worst for a very long time. I mean, they reminded me of the 90s Liverpool. I can, with all that money they'd spent, and it's good actually. I do see posts from Liverpool fans saying, "Well, you want to experience the season we've had." It's very, very true. What is there to be optimistic about? And then I'm going to just say this much: this is next season's shirt, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not going near that thing. I like the dark blue one; it looks very nice. And what else they're going to offer the season? But wow, and it just, in a way, I'm glad because I don't want it. And I'm not going to spend the money. And to be honest with you, these are from the club shop. Make more sense, wouldn't it? You know, I sincerely hope actually next season coming that they'll explore more retros. The 74 shirt, 76, whatever you want to call it, the wrappy round collar one. That's a nice top. But, so this is a very short video. I'm not going to assess the whole thing. I'll just be glad to see how Gordon go because I think his attitude this season has not been. He's not made me feel, oh great, I'm glad we've got him in our side. None like that at all. I think if Tonali's not interested and his enthusiasm's gone, I totally understand. Let him go. Livramento, if he'd rather be somewhere else, good. Let him go. Let's not fuck about with this situation like we did last time, and hold on to players that clearly don't. They've got no interest. So yeah, that's it. So next season's top, as far as I'm concerned, and isn't. I mean, I'll just say one thing. I've heard a horrible rumor that someone posted on YouTube as well, saying that Adidas were trying to do something along those lines, not just this season coming, but the next two subsequent seasons. So that's a shitload of money. Nobody's going to be spending, but I think that's a PR disaster. And if I was the club, I would be looking into this and saying, no, who came up with this idea? Because can you imagine if they decided to take the Saudi flag and start playing around with that? That wouldn't interest people. That'd be a bit of it's an own goal. You don't fuck about with the stripes. It really is. It's a club's identity. You know, Barcelona is the best example because you stop pissing about the Barcelona strip and the Catalans will not take to that kindly at all. The Newcastle fans are the same. Very, very, a major, major deep assessment needs to be taking place now to prepare for next August because we're only talking 8 weeks away. We're not quite in June yet, but probably looking at 8, 9 weeks before we look to be doing things again. And I'm not confident with him being in the squad, being in charge. I really do work on the basis that United got rid at the right time and they let this bloke come in and steer the ship. And let's be fair, he was somebody that Middlesbrough didn't want, but he's done wonders. And it has to be said, you've got to get. I mean, he took an existing side and did something with them, and these were players that Amarin couldn't get to work properly for him. But Howe was wasting some great players, and I've listed this. I'm not going to list this here now. You need to hold up Bruno. You need to hold on to the two Lewis and Hall. Miley and Hall. Need to keep Voltemada, because if Voltemada has a great summer and does really well for Germany, people are going to be saying, well, hang on a minute, if he can do it for them, why can't he do it for us? I mentioned Bruno, and oh God, there was a fifth one. Did I say Bruno? Yeah, Bruno. There was another player I can't think of now. There was definitely a fifth player. Barnes has got something, but the rest, man, there's a lot of that. That's a big sweep out, you know. And if we've got players that of any value that are not interested, they've got to go. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. And have a nice summer. I hope you do. Just try and do what I've done. I've blanked out the football. I've been following and enjoying the other hobby of trains, keeping away from football, and it's helped. You know, if anything, I've joked with people and say, haven't they sacked Howe yet? And it's just been a running joke. But he should have gone, you know. And anybody who can still sit there and defend him now, sorry, you've got to realise this is bad. You know? Anyway, try and have a nice summer. See you later.